As Turd Fling Monkey just made a response video to another video. They do have some notes about some of his points. For one thing, all the reasons for why women shouldn't vote, actually kind of point out some flaws in democracy itself. And for one thing, the draft should be for emergencies, not like it's a Vietnam because they didn't even though communism is a self-correcting problem anyway, but they didn't want those other countries to go to communists because they're more globalist and rather than nationalists who only worry about their own problems. So that's why I think that's one reason it should be for emergencies, like a doomsday clock, to set the danger levels, and also public opinion, and the only public that matters, the public who's going to fight in the war or have a chance of fighting the war. Maybe let women sign up if they want to, or some. I mean, with the invention of the gun, physical strength doesn't count for as much. And look at Israel. They let women in, they give them the chance, and they still have a higher birth rate. Israel has an equality kind of a slightly unequality in opportunities, but outcomes are letting the ships fall they may. They don't force inequality in outcomes. So that's the real problem, actually one real problem. But here's some of my points. Like how laws only change if women are negatively affected. That's how one way we can win. That's why raising awareness of how female rapists and predators should be our top priority. So next person to get Me Too'd could be one of their own kind. I know, like they already happened, but you know what they say? The horrible, it is extremely rare that a woman would ever be the one accused. So let's make that more normal, or the possibility more normal. That's when laws will change. And two, we did actually have a victory. You can't actually do the same thing twice, expect different results. Remember Anita Hill, and then the Year of the Woman? This time but this time, step 1 and step 2 really put a dam in front of that blue wave. At least with the senators who supported Kavanaugh, looked at the evidence. And what is step 1 and 2? That is the MRA, that's step 1, raising awareness, red pilling, and step 2 is MGTOW, stepping out of it, stop supporting your oppression. And you said yourself, what would happen if we let women thrive or die on their own? And that's step 3, or the consequence step of consequence of step 2. And that's how we're can take back the vote, balance out the vote in numbers. I know we might need a sweet spot between female scarcity and when the vote is balanced. So it has to be very specific and have to notice when our opportunity has presented itself. But then again, look at Vietnam, going back to Vietnam, and the timing of third wave feminism, the correlation kind of disproves your mere scarcity theory. And look at China. Feminist movements all usually fail in China. Well, here's another note. You have a penis, you're going to war. But remember, does that mean that there aren't weak men? And the weak men still have to go to war and fight for stuff. So then they're as much of a burden just like women. Except the top women, I have videos here of buff women. But they don't have, or if those weak men don't go to war in the first place because they're only liabilities, then of course by default they're the men least likely to be killed in war by not going there in the first place. But your male scarcity theory doesn't hold up against some historical events like old-fashioned chivalry and other wars. It doesn't take into account how many men have tired sex drives, or homosexuals, or don't feel like competing, see through it, and to see the damage most men do to get sex. Even when you're young, a lot of us make this choice. I was red pilled by watching sitcoms, and I was a little kid before puberty. Of course, I wasn't a full-blown MGTOW. I just knew what I wanted to do in a fair relationship, and if I couldn't get that, then I wouldn't deal with those people. And I think that incels need to be told that there's more to life, even in relationships, and even more to love than sex. And I don't really think the MGTOW, not MGTOW, I mean incel is really a big problem that the media portrays. See, MGTOW, step 2, maybe even step 1, is destroying female ego. So, to feel desired, the idea that men being rejected, driving them crazy, make them feel better. And looking back at old cartoons like Johnny Bravo, it's really a woman's fantasy of a hot guy coming onto them, and then rejecting him. It makes them feel better. But come on, I'm starting to see on TV hot guys coming onto really old ladies, harassing really old ladies. This is just media to boost female ego.